News broke over the weekend that Mike Pence did not attend a meeting that he was supposed to attend at the White House with Trump and top military officials. This comes after Mike Pence's press secretary, who is married to the white nationalist Stephen Miller, also in the Trump administration, tested positive for COVID-19. So many people speculated perhaps he's self-quarantining, perhaps he's just being a conscientious, normal human being and thinking maybe I shouldn't spread coronavirus because there's an incubation period. I could have it. I'm going to be a responsible human and not go back to work. Well, now he's back to work today. Video of him going into the White House with no mask on, obviously, was just tweeted out by CNN. And he's back to work per his own spokesperson. Vice President Mike Pence is not planning to enter self-quarantine after his press secretary tested positive for coronavirus on Friday and plans to be at the White House on Monday, his office said yesterday. So, as I just said, he is back. There was video of it. No mask, just continuing these dangerous optics that is, trying to force people back to work, trying to open up the economy, trying to make people feel safe when they shouldn't necessarily feel safe. Because while the curve is declining in New York and that's driving down the national curve, pretty much everywhere else, it's spiking. It's spiking. So, that's misleading. Trump has recently been pushing everyone to get back to work. He ratcheted up his efforts to urge Americans to reopen businesses and resume a more normal social life, as widespread social distancing practices continue to exact unprecedented damage on the U.S. economy, one of his favorite arguments for re-election. So that's a great point. Part of why he's willing to put people with pre-existing conditions, older people, just regular folks in danger, because as we're seeing, it's manifesting itself, coronavirus, in ways that we didn't even know it could before. Young 30 to 40-year-old people getting strokes in New York City, bizarre symptoms in children that they think are related to COVID-19. He's willing to risk all of that because he wants the economy to be doing well, so he has a better case for re-election. That's kind of Trump in a nutshell, right? The president has urged the nation's residents to consider themselves warriors. Warriors going into battle to help MAGA, to help Donald Trump get reelected. Conceding that reopening while the U.S. coronavirus outbreak continues will result in more sickness and death, but he's willing to make that sacrifice. Again, I am reminded of Lord Farquaad talking to his subjects in Shrek, where he says, "Some of you may die, but that's a consequence. But that's a risk I'm willing to take." See, I butchered it. But Trump knows people are going to die, and he's still willing to risk it. And Mike Pence, willing to risk other people in the administration just to keep that optic. That's how important it is. That's how we have to look at the Trump response to coronavirus. All a part of his larger marketing arm, and masks, protective gear, self-isolation, that's not the marketing message that he wants to send. And so, they're going to be risking people's lives. Par for the course.